And we're alive.
We're live. It never goes the way you think it's going to go. You usually think you're going to have a band and you're going to have people singing and dancing, and then suddenly you're live. My name is Buddy Scalera, and welcome to Comic Book School Live. This is a part of our new effort this year to try to own Tuesday nights, and we're going to try to bring you some wonderful entertainment at CBS Live with guests like comic book creators and marketing professionals and convention runners, all kinds of different people that will help you improve your craft and your business of being a comic book creator. So whether or not you're just starting out, you're just dabbling, you're already a semi-pro working your way up, or already an established professional, we have some programming that's right for you. And today we're going to be talking with a promoter of a con that's based in the New York area, and it is the first big con in our area. And you know what the best part about it is? We'll also have some members of the comic book school with us, because we're not only are we going to be tabling there, we're going to be hosting no less than 4 panels. So first, let me introduce you to Frank Patz Batista. Frank, would you join us here on screen? Uh-oh, I think you're muted.
Oh man, hold on.
Try that again, because I didn't know I was live either. Welcome, Frank.
Hello. Can you hear
Frank,
me now?
we can hear you. Yeah, you look great. You sound great. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the first time I have a convention promoter on the show, Frank. This is pretty exciting stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And well, welcome back to live shows.
Man, it's about time. I'm so happy that we can finally, get out there and do something together and get back to even though it's a little different now, but we can still have that in-person uh feeling that we've been needing for the past year.
Yeah, and so because people may not be familiar, maybe we could pull it up on the screen. The name of your show is EternalCon. You want to tell us a little bit about EternalCon, when it is, where it is, and how people can get there?
EternalCon is I guess it's like the Long Island Comic Con, okay? And we've been around for now 8 years.
Wow.
We've started in a small museum, and we moved to Nassau Coliseum, and we're a great show. We have a lot of artists, we have a lot of celebrities, cosplay, a little bit of everything. It's a smorgasbord of nerd, and I love it. So it's not a job for me. It's just a great thing.
Now, Frank, we go way back. I remember when you had this idea to do a convention. And if I remember correctly, you have to correct me if I'm wrong on this. You were thinking about doing a show for Mego action figures, because we were both big Mego fans.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Megos and customs. Can you just talk about the genesis of EternalCon?
Well, what happened is EternalCon was supposed to be a toy show. It was just going to be I'm a big action figure collector, so I wanted to have an action figure show. So I started to do this thing, and it just became, hey, let's bring in Ray Park. Hey, let's bring in Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda, and let's bring in and then it was like, oh wow. So we became this thing that still exists to this day.
Now, it's not a small show. I mean, what started off as just a modest idea at the height, how large was the show?
We get over 10,000 people at this show. It's it's a pretty nice size show.
It's a substantial show, and I have been to. So, if you've been running this for how many years? 8.
8.
8. I think I've been at least 4 of them, and they're very family friendly. I know that you're a family man, and I know that you make sure that the show feels appropriate for everybody.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing about our show. We do attract a lot of families here on Long Island, and we try to keep everything kid friendly, and we do have a lot of events for kids. And what I always like to have is a lot of educational programming, so the kids can learn how to draw, how to a little bit about the comic book industry, how to just general things that they can learn for who knows. We have the next Stan Lee coming to to our show. No.
Why not? And I think what's also great is that you've embraced all types, as you said, all types of geeky things. You've from the beginning, toys, cosplay, celebrities. Talk a little bit about what people will see when they come to your show.
I mean, it's basically you know, I guess smaller version of like a Comic-Con or something like that. And yeah, we have, like I said, a little bit of everything. This year we actually moved to Hofstra University, to the David S. Mack. You know about that school, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the David S. Mack Exhibition Center, and it's a really big space. And we you know, we have a car show with the Batmobiles, and we have celebrities, vendors, toys, collectibles, artists. We have a beautiful artist alley this year. It's really great. You know, everybody's going to flip out when they see this place.
And one thing I want to note, Frank, we have a large population of independent creators. We'll be talking about our programming. We're going to be doing a portfolio review. We'll tease that a little bit. But I know that you've embraced independent creators. Talk about why that's important to you and why you've built the Artist Alley the way you did.
Well, it's important to me because there has to be a lot of options out there. There has to be more options out there, I should say. And you know, it's if you only have two companies making books, like how fun is that? How's it going to grow? How are new ideas going to come? So that's why I think, you know, the smaller companies are important, because they bring a freshness, they bring a new ideas, new styles of art. You know, it's you always need change. You always need different people doing different things.
So 2 weeks out, I think it's August 7th and 8th, right?
Yes.
So August 7th and 8th, if somebody wants to participate, table, exhibit, there's still spaces.
Yeah. Well, there's I don't know if there's a lot. There might be a few. You can check the website, and but yeah, it's a it's a fun show. I'm sure they're gonna like the new space, and yeah, 2 weeks. I gotta hurry up with this thing. I got some work to do.
Well, well, three things. Number one, they'll see a lot of comic book school editors there. We'll be bringing them onto the show in about 2 minutes. Two, I am, as I mentioned to you privately, I'm a graduate of Hofstra University. I graduated from their journalism degree. Long time ago, I went there on horse and carriage and carried my papyrus books. And then three, at Hofstra University in the library is a copy of, I think it's Batman Family #6, that was they included Hofstra University and the iconic Unispan across Hempstead Turnpike, and that's in the Hofstra Library. So Hofstra was featured in Batman comic books, so I think it's fully appropriate that the university embrace comics and have embraced the EternalCon, Frank.
Yeah, no, that's great. When you told me that, I was shocked. I was like, wow, that's great. You know, it's going to even be better to have you now.
Even better. I think I'm going to be the next most famous alumni.
That's right.
That's right. So listen, I don't want to keep anybody waiting. I want you and the audience to see our editors from Comic Book School. So if you could pull them up on screen, Dee and Rob, we will bring them up on screen. Frank's trying to invoke magic to bring them on. There's some of our wonderful creators. I'm going to prompt them and have them introduce themselves, and then we'll talk a little bit about the panels. So to Frank's right, Marianne, why don't you introduce yourself? You're on mute now, so press the mute off button and introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Miriam. I'm an artist, web developer, and graphic designer from Miriam's Marketing Company. How you doing, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome, Miriam. And then just below is the man in orange, Chris Burgos. Chris, why don't you introduce your award-winning self?
Oh, my award-winning self. I need you to be my hype man, like wherever I go, buddy. Hi guys, it's Chris. I am a writer, and I currently run Tales Beyond, which is my own indie label that I started last year during the pandemic.
And over to the left is Mr. A.A. Rubin, a prolific comic book writer and one of the editors of our Comic Book School anthology. A.A., give a shout out and say hello.
Hi, I'm A.A. Rubin. I'm a writer and an editor, and actually, I don't know if I've told any of you this, but I am an editor because of a connection that I made at EternalCon a few years ago. Prior to that, I was just a writer, but I came to EternalCon with a stack of business cards and picked up a paid editing job, and that was my entry into editing. And now I'm
God
an
bless
editor
you.
for Buddy as
Very
well.
good. Good for you.
This is good stuff. So these faces will be among the many people, Frank, who will be joining us at your show, EternalCon. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about the panels that we're doing for you and invite the team to comment, add some color commentary, or Frank, you yourself can talk about it. So let me just tell you what they are real quick, and then I'll give you the description. So on Saturday, we're going to be doing 3 panels. One, we're going to be taking your ideas from concept to completed comic. That'll be a 90-minute one with me and Darren Sanchez, who is my editor at Marvel Comics and also a writer. We're going to be doing an art portfolio review and feedback, again, with me, Darren Sanchez, and some of the comic book school editors. And I know that this was important. This is a specific request from you, Frank. And then Maryam, as she noted, was a comic book artist, but also by day a marketing professional. So she's going to be giving you a session on 5 senses to make sense on selling your comics online. So she's going to give you a little bit of insight on self-marketing and then retailing your comics online. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing Origin Story, an interactive character workshop and character creation. And I won't talk about that one because A.A. Rubin, and Chris will be describing that. So from the top, guys, what do you guys think? We're going to be talking about taking your ideas from concept to completed comic. Frank, any thoughts on this epic panel that we're planning for your show?
I love it. Yeah.
I love his enthusiasm. Anyway, we're going to be taking everything from the beginning all the way to potentially publishing a comic and putting out your own intellectual property. And of course, my editor, Darren Sanchez. Frank, you know Darren. He's from Marvel Comics. He's been around the business a very long time. And then, Frank, one of the things you asked if we could do, and we are definitely doing for you, is portfolio review. Talk about why you felt like portfolio review was a good fit at EternalCon.
Well, we try to do it every year, and it's something that's important to me because, again, you have I've seen a lot of artists walk around shows with their portfolios and go to some people, and and some people, like, unfortunately could care less. Some people, look and give them some tips. Some people are rude, and I wanted a place where they can hear from professionals that were in the business or are in the business, or and know what give them the tips that they can have to help them progress, to help them get jobs. And I think it's important because when I was young and I wanted to get into my former profession, I went to people that like that knew better than me. And
do we talk about your former profession, Frank? Is this going to be a secret that you have to keep everybody in tension over?
I worked in lucha libre, which is Mexican wrestling, for many years.
When we met Frank, he was jacked.
Yeah.
He's a big dude to begin with. He's pretty tall and pretty big. He's still in good shape, Frank, but you were.
Yeah. Yes. It was another time, it feels like a lifetime ago, but yes. Yeah,
I'll have you know that A.A. Rubin and Chris Burgos are both martial arts black belts and instructors. So I think you guys will have something to talk about.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yes. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about in the future. Yeah.
Definitely.
And when we go to the show, Maryam and I will feel very safe, right, Maryam?
Yeah.
And Maryam, since your microphone is now unmuted, why don't you talk with us about what 5 cents to making sense selling your comic online is all about, and what people can expect when they come to your panel at his show?
Well, 5 cents of all sense is basically using the 5 senses, or the sensory systems that are in everybody. Everybody has, hopefully, not everybody has it, but most people have 5 senses. You can see, smell, taste, touch, hear. using those formats as a selling tool is very beneficial in marketing. And if you know how to use those techniques correctly, you can take those same 5 senses and convert them into a financial. And if you take those senses in a physical store and use them, it's like, woo, woo, woo. You know, you have all these coins. And what if you were to take that same psychological mindset online? More people are online now than ever before because of today's pandemic. All you have to do is know where to place stuff and how it should look aesthetically. And you may be able to really manipulate people into feeling like there's an impulsive need for them to buy your product, especially as an artist. We have more skills, I think, than anybody else. As an artist, we're creating the world one way or the other. You need an architect to build the building. In order for the building to have its products or whatever services in it, that architect had to sketch it. But what if you were to take that same architectural layout online and create a physical store of your different artistic products and sell to people who want to come to your online portfolio, right? So using
that's what you'll be doing is helping people to think about how they can sell their comics online and create an awesome feeling that gets people to hit the buy button, right, Miriam?
Right, impulsively triggering them with psychological tricks online.
I love psychological tricks, and Miriam,
I do that for convention ticket sales.
I'm here for it. 2 weeks. Oh.
Anyway, Miriam, you'll be joining us on Saturday as part of our programming schedule, and we really appreciate you doing this for us. We know that you usually get paid as a professional marketer to give these seminars, but thank you so much for bringing this and making it contextually relevant for comic book creators. I think it's going to be a wonderful session. So thank you for that, Miriam.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to come and be there, paid as an in-person person. I'm paid in name. Your name in pencil sometimes.
There you go. So, on Sunday, there's an intriguing panel. Ari and Chris, you guys will be part of this intriguing panel called Origin Story. You want to talk a little bit about what people will see when they join your panel. It's a star-studded cast. I mean, it's not just you and Chris. I mean, it's just a sheer, you're just going to descend on EternalCon.
Oh, so it wasn't the many holes of the deadly martial arts?
Oh, no. But I will tell you that I had a Sifu one time who went down to Mexico to study Lucha Libre and came back with some ideas about how to convert it into self-defense techniques for smaller people.
Oh, wow. Very good. Yeah.
He was using some of the physical principles and adapted it. So
wow,
we have some experience in that area.
Very good.
Yes, our panel, Origin Story, we have myself, we have Kathy Kirch, who's a professor at Columbia University and a writing coach as well for My Writing Hero. We have Chris Burgos, we have Dennis Knight from Pronto Comics, we have Sam Vera from Catch the Craze, who's exhibiting at the show, and we have Alexander Sapunsis. Yeah, Alexander Sapunsis from Wayward Raven Media. And we are going to have basically a 2-part panel. The first part of the panel is going to be a roundtable discussion where we discuss what makes an effective character. We all know that characterization is one of the key elements in writing. It's one of the most important things, and good characters are what draw people in. So we have a lot of people, a lot of different perspectives on that. And then in the second half of the panel, based on our discussion in the first half, we are going to interactively create a new character with the audience, with suggestions from the audience. And we have 2 artists who will be sketching along with us as we create that new character, and we'll see what we come up with.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm just throwing that in there because I'm that guy on the side, like, yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. Come to it. I can't wait for this. Okay. When Ari asked me to be on this panel, both of us had gone to a panel a couple of years earlier, very similar panel at New York Comic Con, and we're kind of modeling it after that. And it was the absolute best panel I think I've ever been to. Like, with the exception of the Creator
Connection of Buddies panels, with the exception of Buddies panels, of course. Right?
Creator Connection panels, the CBS panels. Actually, wasn't it a CBS panel?
I'm not.
I don't know.
I don't
Buddy,
know.
you have so many.
I don't go to comic book school panels. I don't even know.
But this is really going to be a treat, and we have some crazy minds that are going to be sitting at the table, ready to interact with the audience. So it's going to be a fun time for everybody.
Yeah, and guys, thanks for pulling this together. It is a large group. Again, it's Kathy Kirch, it's Ari and Chris, it's Dennis Knight from Pronto Comics, Alex Saponsis from Wayward Raven, and Sam Vera from Catch the Craze. And Frank, there are quite a lot of people on the panel. They're all going to be out there tweeting, cross-promoting, because everybody's really excited about what you're doing. What are your thoughts on the interactivity of this panel?
I love it. I mean, you guys are, very professional. I love that you guys put this together for my show. You don't understand how appreciative I am for you guys to do this. And I look forward to it. I hope everyone, gets a chance to see these great panels. And I'm going to try to get into one of them at least as the weekend goes on.
Now, not to pressure you guys, but we are doing portfolio review on Saturday, and I know some of you won't be there. Can they count on you to look at some portfolios at the table, guys, of the next generation of creators? Either give feedback or scope out some talent for comic book school?
I will definitely be there.
Yeah, sure. We'd be happy to do it. I can't speak for all of them. I haven't asked them, but I'm sure that we will have a number of people who would be willing to do it. It's a good mix of writers and artists as well, and editors.
So Aria, so people can talk to you about writing, not just throw pages in front of you, right?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm here in my my secret identity, civilian life. I am a writing teacher. I'm an English teacher as well as a writer and an editor. So yes, always happy to talk about writing. As Kathy just said, she would be happy to do
and
so
Frank,
as well.
Kathy Kirch is also a teacher at Columbia University. She teaches writing, and she also runs something called My Writing Hero, which is just an amazing resource that people can go. And she coached quite a few of our writers and editors, Frank. So she'll be there looking at creators, their portfolios, but also possibly listening to pitch ideas.
That's great.
And we had nothing but positive feedback about her interactions. She had open office hours. People raved about working with her last year for our first anthology.
Yeah, so Columbia, it's not a bad school, right?
My alma mater too.
Well, I only went to Hofstra. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us here. Frank, what else can they look forward to at your upcoming event? I know you have some celebrities and some other comic book creators. I know Nelson DeCastro will be there. You talk about creators and celebs that'll be there?
Yeah, Nelson DeCastro, Sean Chen. I don't have the list. You see, what you should have let me be prepared before you.
Yeah,
these questions.
Somebody pull it up on the screen there. There you go.
No, yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of well-known creators, but what we really like to do is we have a lot of up and coming, and that's to me that's important because they want to get their work out. They want to show people the stuff they're doing, and hopefully they catch the eye of a big editor somewhere, or they get some new fans to look at their work. So I think it's very important for that. So I'm very appreciative to everyone that comes to the show.
Yeah, I saw you had a nice group of comic book creators there. So I'm looking forward to seeing some artists, checking out some of the work there. And I love looking at indie creators. The work is so fresh and original. So I'll also be shopping, and I'll also be looking at the car show, which, well, everybody here knows I get me started on cars, but it's going to be a great event. Once again, you can find it at EternalCon.com. It'll be August 7th and 8th. With everybody that you see here on the screen, Comic Book School will be there doing no less than 4 panels, 3 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday, including portfolio reviews at our table. So be sure to come and visit us. Thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Frank, for coming to spread the word of independent comics in the New York City area.
Thank you, guys. I'm so appreciative to you, and I will see you soon.
So we're going to sign off, guys. Do not sign off. That's here. You'll go pop into the green room, and then we'll chit chat right after this. My name is Buddy Scalera. This is Comic Book School, and thanks for coming to talk about the craft and business of making comics. We'll see you at EternalCon.
Thank you.